How is it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and this time around we are going to be looking at every seal in the game, and we are going to be ranking them from easiest to hardest. There are currently 28. Some of these are time gated, but you can still get once they are available, and the other ones you have to kind of pay to get, like Vidmaster, for example. You have to own the 30th anniversary pack, and some of the other ones are like DLC related, but still we're going to be ranking them nonetheless. So let's get started. So the easiest seal to get in the game is going to be Dredgen, because you no longer have to get malfeasance to actually acquire the seal. The hardest part about it, hands down, is getting 4 kills in 1 life, but if you have xenophage, that is very doable. So it is currently the easiest seal to get in the game. For the 27th, 6th, 5th, and 24th spot, we have Flamekeeper, Ghost Rider, Starbaker, and the other seal that we have yet to get, because all of them are extremely easy. You can do them without even noticing. But not only that, the thing that makes them a little bit more challenging than Dredgen is that you can only do them maybe like 2 months in a year, right? So once you're gone, you have to wait a full year to get them, which is what's annoying about them, but they're pretty easy. Up next is Reveler, because you have to get all 4 of those seals in order to get this one. So if you missed one of these seals, you have to wait a full year in order to get it again. Next on the list, we have Risen, and the hardest thing to do for the seal is completing Box Obscura on Master difficulty. Following Risen, we have Scallywag, a very boring seal to get because the part activity, in my opinion, is one of the worst ones, but regardless, the hardest thing you have to do is Master Catch Crash. Number 20 has to be Reaper, pretty easy seal, but having to bind 50 nightmares takes so long to do. Following Reaper, we have Seraph. This is still time gated, but it is a little bit harder than Reaper, just by a smidge. If you have Beyond Light, Splintered is next, pretty easy seal. The only thing that sucks about it is the solo Master Lost Sector, and that you have to wait a full 2 months to complete one of the triumphs. Other than that, pretty easy. Up next, we have Gumshoe. The only annoying part about the seal is having to get the Lucent Knights to spawn in your area that you have to kill for the triumph. That thing is annoying and it takes forever. If you hate playing against other people, Iron Lord is for you because you have to prestige twice. Vidmaster is next because you have to not only pay for the 30th anniversary pack and beat the dungeon, but you also have to do a 4-man version of Legend of Dares of Eternity. At number 14, we have Cursebreaker. Pretty easy, but having to destroy all 40 Dragon Eggs takes forever because they're in the dungeon, they're in the raid, they're in the world, they're in Ascendant challenges which spawn weekly, and there's 6 of them. Horrible seal, pretty easy I guess, but it takes too long, and if you miss a week, you have to wait over a month. Ladies and gentlemen, what used to be my favorite seal until Discerptor came around, we have Harbinger. You have to complete the Pit of Heresy dungeon solo, and you have to do it flawless as well for a different triumph. Deadeye is next, and you might be thinking, bro, that's easy as hell to do, and yes, it's easy, but there is a sniper requirement that has you in Crucible get 2 headshots in 1 life without reloading or swapping weapons, and for a lot of new players that can be tough. Up next is Conqueror. Pretty easy to do, pretty short seal. If you don't have Beyond Light, you cannot get it because you have to complete a GM using stasis, and you also have to complete 6 different GMs, which is endgame content. For a lot of people that can be a turnoff, but nonetheless it's not that hard. Number 10th on the list is Glorious. You have to reach platinum in order to actually get the seal in competitive. Number 9 is Moments of Triumph of 2022. You have to do raids, you have to do a GM, you have to do this, there's a bunch of stuff that you have to do. It's basically housekeeping, and for someone that doesn't have every single DLC, they're not probably going to get this, because not only is it a one-time thing in the year, but you have to have damn near everything in the game in order to actually acquire the seal. I've been playing Destiny for damn near 7 years, and I have to tell you, Bungie, you have to fix a lot of the issues you have, because duality, the seal for Discerptor, it's not that it's hard, but when you want to do something that involves a flawless run for a seal, or just a flawless run in general, and you die to a bow that kills you just because it's a bug and it has not been fixed in months, damn near a year, yeah, it can be pretty annoying, which is why I have Discerptor so high up on the list, because it's inconsistent. Up next, we have Spire of the Watcher's Wanted seal. This is not that bad, but having to do a lot of damage quickly is what's going to kill a lot of new players. It's going to kill your momentum, your motivation, your hype, because you're going to be there doing damage for like 6 phases before the first boss dies. We are now in the home stretch, and I want you to take a guess what will be the hardest seal in the game to get. Comment down below, but regardless, we're going to get right into it. This is a mix of personal opinions and statistics from Destiny Tracker, by the way. At number 6, I have Fatebreaker, which is complete Vault of Glass on Master mode with every single one of its challenges. Up next is Flawless for Trials of Osiris, because you can not only run into people that lag switch and cheat, but you can also match up with people, if you solo queue, that don't know what they're doing. And you have to remember, this is the highest level of competitive Destiny offers, even if you don't agree with it. And you also have to carry 3 people to the lighthouse, which, if you don't know, you have to carry 3 people to the lighthouse that have never been to the lighthouse, which is what makes it difficult for a lot of people. Number 4 and number 3 are both Descendant and Kingslayer. These 2 challenges are raid related to Deepstone Crypt and King's Fall, and you do not have to do them on flawless mode from beginning to end or with your teammates or whatever, which is why they're not higher on the list. But you do want to know what is higher on the list? Disciple Slayer, because you have to do the challenges on master mode, and I think this dungeon is a little bit hard. Not dungeon, what? And I think this raid is a little bit harder than Vault of Glass. So yeah. In the number 2 spot, we have Enlightened, which is complete Garden of Salvation on flawless mode. Everyone flawless, beginning to end, no fuck ups. And speaking of completing it on flawless, we finally make it to number 1, which is Rivensbane, which is completing the Last Wish raid flawless, beginning to end, no skips. I'm not even gonna bother getting into everything you have to do to get Rivensbane. Just trust me, it's the hardest. So if you enjoyed, please subscribe. It helps out a ton, and I will catch you guys later with a new video. Peace out, everyone.